ever wondered who's playing who? Nice.
Walk with me, Antony. Thinking about getting the... what is it? The Captain America program.
I'm thinking about making Captain America an official government position again.
And what if we disagree? You're not Steve Rogers.
Work with me, Sam.
All
AKA
right.
signaling to go do some coke in the bathroom.
Yeah, I know. They said lose the mustache or lose the election.
And if we disagree...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back before and after the movies, and we are doing Captain America: Brave New World.
Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie,
Harrison Ford,
Tim Blake Nelson,
and Giancarlo Esposito.
yes,
Apologies for who was added late.
added very late during reshoots.
That's
I think
great. Like, how do you add a character in reshoots?
a full undermining villain.
What's his villain? Is he like the Serpent King or something like that?
Yeah, because it's like been a joke for a while. Like I remember they did a fake title when the Winter Soldier came out, and it was like Serpent Society.
Yeah.
Who's this like obscure? I'm not my comic book lore history is a bit off there, but it seems like now they're actually going to do something that would have been considered jumping the shark at one point. Is my guess.
Do you think this is a jumping the shark kind of movie?
I don't know, man. Like I wrote some stuff down. I've got a little passionate essay.
Oh, God. Okay, hold on.
Wait, first of all, I've got an agenda.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
So yeah, we're getting a little bit more organized here. Opening skit is done. Nailed that. I figured we do side reviews first. I think
Okay.
that's what you were maybe getting at there.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, I've been away for 3 weeks on a trip. So you may think, I think you were kind of expecting me to maybe watch a ton of movies on the plane.
Plane reviews.
Plane reviews.
I
I didn't get to see as many as you might think, but I do have some interesting ones here that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Do you want to go back and forth? Or
Yeah,
maybe...
let's go. Back and forth.
Okay.
All right. First one I did was The Wild Robot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice home cozy viewing.
Home cozy viewing, dude. This movie
Tears?
is manufactured to extract tears from you.
Mm.
Like, it's actually crazy. Like, you start crying. I shouldn't say you, but I started crying with like in the first
My friend.
in the first 45 minutes, and then didn't stop till the credits.
Really?
It's crazy. And then like after the movie, I'm like laying in bed. I gotta do some like aftercare and
Wow.
stuff. Yeah,
because trying to manufacture a movie to make you cry and actually making you cry are two very different things.
And it's good. It's just like such a beautiful movie. The way like I describe it, like the animation is so good. Like there's so much movement. Like when a character moves, there's so much forward momentum.
It's sort of
Trees are
almost like a bit of a
moving.
hand-drawn
Yeah.
look to it, right? Like
Yeah.
a sketch or paint,
Yeah,
watercolor
very-
paint or something.
Very good. Very good.
That's awesome. On the animated kind of train, I saw Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul.
How was that?
It's really good.
Are you a Gromit head?
I'm a big Wallacinator or whatever they're fucking called. Wallinator. No, it was hilarious. It's got like a 98% of Rotten Tomatoes, naturally. Arden. But it is really funny. And like that real traditional claymation look where they don't just make it look but do CGI. Like they actually do it the old fashioned way.
Oh, true. Okay, nice.
I think some of the backdrops and stuff aren't real, but all the characters are real.
Nice.
Worth a watch for sure.
Nice. I did the Korean Train to Busan.
Okay.
So good.
Really?
Yeah. I almost like.
What kind of made you pick that of all the movies?
I was watching finished Squid Game season 2. I was on like a big Korean cinema kick,
That's sick.
and then like I feel like I did this movie a disservice by not watching it in 2016.
Right.
Because like if I had watched it at the peak of zombie lore, 2016, like Walking Dead.
Would you compare it to like Army of the Dead? Like, is it that kind of vibe, or is it like?
No, it's kind of like very similar to the Zack Snyder Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead.
Right, which is a classic.
It's just a classic. Yeah, this movie is like, honestly, man, if I had seen it in 2016, probably be nestled in my top 10, top 5.
Oh wow,
It's just
It's
the
that
way it's
good.
done. It's
it always
so
reminded me of
good.
like Snowpiercer from the outside.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but with zombies, I guess.
Yeah, and like the zombies are really well done. The characters are done well done. It's just it's a great movie.
So that's like a 10 out of 10 for you, almost. It sounds.
I mean, I don't give numbers.
Yeah.
But it's an incredible film.
I saw one that I missed last year. I'm not sure if you saw it. American Fiction with
No.
Jeffrey Wright, where he is an author.
Yeah.
And he basically writes like Pulitzer Prize novels, but they're kind of like really well received but don't sell. And then he kind of, just to like make a mockery of the system, writes this like really pandering like African American novel story.
Yeah.
And people are just loving it. It's getting nominated for everything, and he's like got to go along. Like, do I go along with this lie or do I like tell everyone? And it's fun. Like, it's a bit of a slice of life.
You watched that on the plane?
I watched that in the hotel room.
Fuck.
One evening, we got back to the hotel at like 6 p.m. and we were just chilling, and I just threw it on.
Or order a movie.
Yeah, it was on Amazon Prime. Had it pre-downloaded.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was okay. It kind of goes off the rails a little bit, third act, but Jeffrey Wright's very good in it.
Yeah.
And the guy from This Is Us, I can't think of his name. You'd know his face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to bother me, but yeah. Yeah, fuck.
You don't know what I've done.
Sterling Brown.
Yes.
Sterling K. Brown.
Sterling K. Brown.
Yeah.
He also...
He's good.
Yeah, he's good in the movie, too.
Yeah.
He plays his brother.
I did Jesse Eisenberg's A Real
That's
Pain.
my next one as well. I saw that on your letterbox. I'm like, I'm not fucking giving him this. There's no way I'm not watching this now.
Dude, it's good.
Yeah.
The more I think about it... it's really...
You know exactly what scene I'm talking about.
It's really growing on me to almost be one of my favorites of the year. I'd say.
Yeah, it's like a nice little underdog movie in terms of just like super low budget.
Yeah. It's
very
so
much
real, dude.
Yeah.
Like you just resonate with little aspects.
Jesse Eisenberg's good in that movie too.
He is.
And I actually listened to a podcast. There's a podcast called Write On, like write as in WRITE, all about screenwriting. Jesse Eisenberg was on it, just talking about his like, because you know he like directed it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just like very personal from his view, and I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good movie.
Not too long, just like a nice like sweet movie.
Yeah.
Also like very hard to watch in some parts.
Yep. But like handled very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was gonna be my next one. I think you've seen this, Zone of Interest. I finally got around to that one from last year.
It's a heavy movie, man.
The Auschwitz film.
Yeah.
It leaves you feeling very flat, empty. Mm-hmm. That cold, non-artistic way that it's shot, just like so matter of fact and so mundane, but just about like I saw one of the things was like the banality of evil, or like like,
it's just like it's always in the background.
the sound design is crazy.
Just, like,
I looked it up. I'm like, I guarantee
bullets.
won the Oscar. I had no idea, and it did for like best sound mixing.
Oh, okay, nice.
It was like some of the best sound mixing I've ever seen in a movie, or heard, should I say? But yeah, that was like very good. But probably wouldn't be able to watch it again anytime soon.
No, yeah. I watched Saturday Night.
Yeah.
The SNL film. Like, I'm not a big SNL head, and I'm not a big comedy in the 70s head. So, like,
I'm not really sure if that movie has anything for me. You know what I mean?
And so they introducing like, oh, so and so, and I was like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's Jim Belushi. I'm like, oh yeah, I know he did like a bunch of
Does it have any like good ones, like Adam Sandler or anything?
No,
like that? It's got none of that shit. Does it like?
Oh, it's got Chevy Chase.
Or someone playing him?
Yeah,
that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, I kind of figured it might just be all right. I saw one in theaters in the Philippines.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we went to a theater in a mall. I was just craving a movie, and it was just like the perfect timing. I saw Companion.
Oh, is it good?
It's good, yeah. It's one of those movies that like you'll only really enjoy watching.
You love
one
Jack
time.
Quaid, eh?
Not in this movie. He gives me the ick big time.
You gonna go watch Novocaine next week?
Yeah, that looks so bad. But no, it was a fun ride. Keeps you guessing. Some really clever ideas in there of like what could be a pretty generic. Like I think the trailer kind of makes it obvious roughly what's going on.
Yeah.
But it still manages to take you in some like really unexpected directions. And there's some good laughs. And again, third act issue's kind of there. Starts to like outstay its welcome a little bit.
That actress from Heretic and Yellow Jacket, she's kind of blown up.
Yeah.
Sophie Thatcher, I want to say
Yes,
her name is.
that's it. Yeah, no, that's right. She was really good. Jack Quaid, very good. Fun movie.
Nice. I actually had one. It's not on Letterboxd yet. Watched it last week.
I bet it's the same one I'm going to draw.
There's no way. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
No. But Nick Cage is Nick Cage.
Yeah, have you seen it?
I saw the first like 10 minutes of it. And
Dude,
then...
it fucking sucks. Like this movie, it's got an 88 or an 89 on RT.
Yeah, it's got like a rabid fan base.
Yeah, reading the Reddit thread, people are like, this is so good. I'm like, dude, this movie sucks. Like, Pedro has some fun comedic timing, but at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm kind of embarrassed for him to be in this movie.
Wow.
It's just not good. It's so silly and dumb. Like, Nick fucking Cage!
Oh, that sounds bad.
Let's go!
Was there like Oscar buzz for him in this movie?
I think there
like,
was,
yeah.
man. There's just so much of him going like, come on!
Yeah, just pandering to the Nick Cage fans almost. And it's like, that humor is just so like, It's like they're laughing at the room like hysterically in
Yes.
2025. Kind of.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn. I got one more that I saw just on the plane back and absolutely loved it. Conclave.
Yeah.
You saw it.
Yeah, of course.
What was that? Your next one?
No, I mentioned it like 3 episodes ago, dude.
Did you really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't even out that long ago.
Because you were like, "Oh, what'd you watch it on?" I was like, "It's on Prime." You're
Oh.
like, no, it's not. I was like,
I finally got around to that, and I really enjoyed it.
It's good.
I would watch that
It's
again.
not great though.
It's that slow burn that I just love. Like careful scenes, very intentional dialogue. Felt more like a play, like actors just acting.
It felt a bit like
John Lithgow.
It felt a bit.
It wasn't me.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
It felt a bit like overly dramatic for like the setting, which I was like confused.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like a high school Mean Girls, but taking place in the Vatican.
It took itself like very seriously with its like dun.
Yeah.
They're like just and they're just kind of talking about like, oh, who worked yesterday or something. Yeah. But I'll let it off because I love those kind of movies and I love Ray Fiennes in it. He's like a bit of a dark horse for the Oscar.
Yeah,
Probably
that
won't
movie's
get it.
like best adapted, I think.
Right. They're saying Honora's kind of pulled ahead on all the. Excuse me, an old man who's just joined us. It is
Okay. Yes, Honora.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my to watch list.
Yeah.
Our producer
I almost
watched
paid
it.
to rent it.
He said it was really good.
Yeah, I do really
As
want
if
to see
he
it.
watched it before us.
I know. It's like when he saw Iron Claw. I'm like, fuck.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into Captain America: Brave New World.
Yes. So next,
What's next on the agenda?
That was a bit of an extended side read just because it's been a while. Okay, now it's not my essay, just like my thoughts going into this. I wrote this on the plane.
How long is it?
It's just like a page.
Oh my god.
Just you could always cut it if it doesn't land. Okay. Overall, this is after I kind of looked at the RT, and this is just my thought on the Marvel, where MCU's at. Overall, I have a large sense of frustration and almost despair when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is a world, a stable of characters, actors, filmmakers, and a culture that I do love dearly. And now, when a tentpole release comes around, I feel more of a sense of anxiety than anticipation. Kind of agree with that so far?
Yep.
I have an anxious feeling that somewhat satisfied will be my feeling after watching this movie. I'm anxious about critics and people online and more concerned with like jumping on the hate bandwagon than actually analyzing a piece of media. Now Captain America is a franchise I do have a bit of a soft spot for. First Avenger was an earnest underdog film that we kind of enjoyed. Mm-hmm. Winter Soldier kind of set a really exciting bar for the modern climate of the superhero thriller. And Civil War was a big popcorn event that we all look back on pretty fondly, I would say, even though it has flaws, of course.
Yeah.
But these are good movies, I would say. Now I just feel annoyed. This movie has no excuse to be as bad as I feel like it's going to be.
I think it's going to be shit.
Yeah, and it's just so disappointing. They've had so much time. They've had so much feedback on what people think of the latest MCU movies. And everything I'm hearing about sort of like pretty bland, reshoot-ridden, middle-of-the-road entry, like a 54 Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. It's just like they can't keep getting away with this, to quote Jesse Pinkman. And the worst part is I feel damned if I do, damned if I don't. Because if I do like it, I'm gonna end up resenting it because I'm gonna have to defend it to arms crossed and annoyed cynics until I don't even want to think about the movie anymore. Even if I do like it, I'll just accept that everyone hates it, you know?
Yeah.
We have Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four to come this year, and then 3 blockbusters with a 2-part Avengers and a Spider-Man 4 sandwiched in the middle. So the February release, it's not the end-all be-all, no matter what. But at this point, the longer it takes for these movies to start getting good again, the more restless and worried I become about like some dystopian future where like these movies just bomb.
Dystopian future.
A dystopian Marvel future.
I think it's just like, would you say that we've already kind of distanced ourselves from the MCU? Like, I think we've talked about before. Like, I've kind of departed my fandom after Endgame,
which is what so many people have done. But it's like I don't want that to be the case. Like, I'd love to still go and enjoy these movies, but they are fewer and far between. And they had the excuse of like they were doing sort of franchises and characters that we weren't really that interested in to begin with. Mm-hmm. But now that it feels like they're starting to blow the ones that are actually people would look forward to, like the Captain Americas, if Fantastic Four is bad, like if the big ones all start being bad as well, then I think it's like,
I mean, you look at Thor. Thor was bad. Ant-Man was bad.
The Marvels, Eternals, Doctor Strange 2.
Strange 2 was all right.
Deadpool and Wolverine was all right. There's some all right ones in there.
I thought Deadpool Wolverine was good.
Yeah.
I don't think we should take that away from that movie.
No, I agree. But like
Spider-Man
going back,
4, like what if that's shit?
exactly. Like I've watched a few old ones lately. I watched Avengers 1 yesterday, just at home. And that movie, like even though it has flaws, like it's been long enough to go revisit it, and I kind of forgot like a lot of the stuff. Like it's still a good movie. Like the characters are having interesting conversations. Like it feels well thought out. The characters bounce really well off of each other, and like there's good actors kind of like having fun in the roles, and all that just feels so far gone. And I really had hopes for this one that it would be like a more back to that grounded, good movie sense, like new Captain America. There's some interesting themes there, but it just sounds like do you hold like a lot of hope this is going to be decent?
No, like no, like coming off the show. I don't know if you have a talking point on the show, like the Falcon and
Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Like,
we
didn't even mention all the shows in there.
Like that show was pretty lackluster.
Yeah,
it wasn't very good. I thought Wyatt Russell was on, and Bucky, and you know the buddy cop dynamic between Bucky and Anthony Mackie.
It's just unmemorable. Like I don't really.
Yeah, to me it's strange that they decided to go ahead and make this movie and not have Sebastian Stan in it. Like I understand he's in the Thunderbolts, but like. It's an interesting choice for sure, and like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be good. Riddled with reshoots.
That's
it's a character that like, and it's like fuck. It's kind of hard. Like it's such a beloved character, and like I'm not saying like it's Anthony Mackie is a bad actor, but it's like it's not. He's not Steve Rogers.
He's not. I agree. I worry that it's not that he maybe lacks like. Just that little bit of like leading man charisma, and
he's not like he's never really been the greatest actor.
You know, he's older than Chris Evans.
I believe that.
Yeah. It's just kind of weird that he's like the young replacement. Yeah, I agree, but at the same time, I'm just frustrated because this one feels like one of the easier ones to get right. It's not super like out there and bombastic. Like it's not saying it's a home run, but like doing a cool like. Captain America versus like the President film is interesting.
Yep.
And I feel like if they just got the right people on board, like I think the biggest issue is they keep giving these movies to like pretty amateur directors. I think that's the biggest problem. And the ones they do get, they don't give enough freedom. It seems like there's too many cooks in the kitchen, action figure commitments, marketing. Like the marketing is like almost coming before the movie. And it's like, when are you guys going to learn that you should like look at DC, like look at the errors of the past and stop making the same mistakes? But yet here we are again. And this obsession with like revitalizing the Incredible Hulk backstory is very bizarre to me. It's not a super beloved movie. It's not a movie that everyone remembers all that well. Yet it seems like they're really banking on you knowing that movie well to see this. And I don't get that. Do something new. Yeah,
this movie, like from the day it was announced to the first trailer to now, it just screams like formulaic.
Yeah,
they're not trying anything new, and it's just like this movie is gonna be.
They've been trying to gloss up the trailers with this like weird editing style, as if it's this like
political kind of.
They're trying to distract
John Grisham, the Firm kind of movie.
It's like they're trying to distract you from its like. Genericness by like putting all this fake style on it, and like
you see that Red Hulk scene, like the color saturation is dialed up. There's CGI schlock. He's got fucking wings. Like
I've heard people saying as well, like you can really see the reshoot scenes throughout the movie, and it's like that's like Craven stuff. Like this is obviously gonna be better than Craven, and I am hoping. I'm sure there's gonna be some good moments. Like despite all that, scenes, I'm gonna go in with an open mind, and I'm gonna try and enjoy it. But it just feels, I think it's doing really well financially, which is, I guess, good. But yeah, it sounds like we're both not holding out a lot of hope for this one. Let's move on to basically just...
Is it fast questions?
Yeah, let's do some fast questions. I got some for you, actually, that I think I'm going to hit you with first.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Will we get a Betty Ross cameo?
Oh. As Jennifer Connelly or Liv Tyler?
Liv Tyler.
Jennifer Connelly.
I don't think she ever played that character.
Yeah, in the Eric Bana one. That was weird.
That's crazy.
No, Liv Tyler.
No, Liv Tyler. No. I actually think we will see her. Scene where he tries to use the...
Oh, wait, she's his daughter.
Yeah, she's Harrison Ford's daughter.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dad?
So loud. Why'd you have to scream it?
Daddy!
Betty.
Betty got back. Oh, no, that's what they used to get him to stop being Red Hulk.
Sun's getting real low, Dad.
Scene where Sam Wilson tries to do the classic like Steve Rogers boomerang shield technique, but it doesn't work. This never happened to the other fellow.
It's like played off for comedic purposes. No, because in Falcon and Winter Soldier,
guess I'm not Steve Rogers.
He does it. He like bounces it off a tree and shit. Like, it doesn't make any fucking
sense.
But
it's all badly. Odds that we finally get some kind of line addressing the fact that he doesn't have the super soldier serum, and if that's a theme or a conflict for the character that he's human.
It better be.
Yeah, I remember.
If the movie doesn't, if the first 2 acts doesn't involve
just
that
once, not even a throwaway line.
No, it should be like a major theme
of how he's like hurt after the fights.
Yeah,
like why don't they do that? That's fucking weird. They're just they're not going to address it.
I'm starting to see that discourse online now a lot more too. So like they better address it.
He's gonna get hit in ways that should totally kill him.
Yeah,
he's gonna beat up and fight people that are enhanced.
Yeah,
and it's not going to address it.
Yeah,
unless they maybe say what they should do is. He gets the chance to take it, and he turns it down because he's like, "This is why I'm different," and that would be a cool theme. Or they make the suit. They explain it in the suit that like, the suit's gonna really, yeah, exactly. One of the two.
Yeah. All right. Do you do more?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Mention of the multiverse once.
No.
Scene where a member of the public says, "Not my Captain America."
Or like yeah, a bit political.
Yeah, like when he's walking into the White House or something.
Yeah. Do you think? Yeah.
Yep. Okay,
not?
great.
Yeah.
Does Sam Wilson cry in the film? Will there be a tear from Sam Wilson?
Yeah, maybe he's looking at a picture of him and Chris Evans.
Yeah, okay.
Cap, I don't know what to do.
What would you do, Steve? And then that obviously leads to my big one. Old Steve Rogers cameo.
No,
I don't think there will.
No, unfortunately, no Steve Rogers cameo.
Okay, great. Those are all my fast questions.
All right. This is a first question is a double cameo here, so you pick one.
Okay.
One, both, or none. Wyatt Russell or Sebastian Stan?
Sebastian Stan post credit.
I think of Wyatt Russell.
That'd be cool.
Pre-credit. Next question: does he take the super soldier serum?
No.
No, eh?
No.
Fuck. It's weird that I want him to.
Yeah. It's like I did for a second there. I saw like the teenage Marvel fan come out there. You wanted it so bad. Fuck.
I've killed that. I've killed that fan. Okay. Post credit Thunderbolts or Fantastic Four.
I feel like it's gonna be a shitty, jokey throwaway that doesn't foreshadow anything.
I think it's gonna be a mid-scene Thunderbolts.
Yeah, there's no way. It's too different tonally from Fantastic Four to have any.
I think it has to be. In fact, like he's maybe meeting up with Bucky or something, and that's like the mid scene.
Yeah,
Bucky's like, I got a guy who can maybe help us out.
The only other cameo, for some reason, I think if they were to do something cool, could be. I think it's time we see Shang-Chi again or Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah,
and I think him, Sam Wilson, Tom Holland are kind of some of the main cast members of the next one.
Yep.
So just a little thing where he's like, I want to join the Avengers, or what's going on with the Avengers, or something like that.
Yeah.
Just to give us.
So you get like maybe a Deadpool too.
Deadpool will be awesome. I thought you were gonna say
you don't look like the other guy.
Daredevil could also be really cool.
Oh yeah, Daredevil.
I thought we were past all the woke shit.
Gotta hit our, or he makes like a. Yeah. There's no more DEI. I don't know if we need you.
Good job.
God.
Good job, Mr. Feige.
Oh, fuck. We're getting canceled.
Holy shitballs! It's Captain America. No. Any other cameos of interesting?
I think you're pretty close with Liv Tyler there.
Yeah.
And one of Sebastian Stan or Wyatt Russell.
What are your views on what's his name? Tim Blake Nelson, who got the alpha or the gamma radiation drop in his brain in 2008. It's called the Watcher, not the
Leader.
Watcher, the Leader.
Actually, that plays into my opening scene.
Okay.
I don't know if that's next on the agenda.
Yes, it is.
So it starts with Sam on a mission. He's like flying. He's got a little thing. Like, Sam, we need you to investigate. And he lands on the... Sam, we need you to investigate.
Who's talking to him?
I don't know. He's investigating like the Eternal's hand. Okay. They're like, there's a weird amount of gamma radiation that started emitting from it. And he gets there and like, you kind of see like a figure, and it's Tim Blake Nelson. He's like kind of harvesting this gamma radiation somehow to kind of make the president Red Hulk.
Wow. That's a bold, fun sounding opening scene, to be honest. Obviously, the trailer hints at a sort of, what do they call it? Like a race to get a valuable thing that's part of the Eternals' hand. It's some kind of power that the US wants to control. I think it's like the ancient magic or whatever, or gamma radiation. I've heard some people theorizing it's adamantium. That would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool, yeah. Just get rid of, not adaptanium.
Adaptanium or vibranium.
Vibranium, yeah.
Well, it's like, hearing like the vibranium versus adamantium thing will be really cool because obviously vibranium absorbs and is very light, but I guess adamantium is a bit stronger.
I thought vibranium was just a reskinned adamantium because they couldn't use it.
No, they both exist in the MCU,
Fox has
and
the
their
rights.
Properties have been.
That's bullshit.
No, it's true. No, it's actually true.
Up.
They are different. Adamantium's more of like the heavy hitter knight class.
You're lying through your
Vibranium's
teeth
more of the stealth absorption.
Okay.
It's gonna. I swear it is.
Because in the comics, Captain America's shield is made out of adamantium.
I don't think so. Because adamantium's heavy.
They're just made up.
No, they're not. Adamantium's famously heavy and vibranium's light. They've both been around since the 70s and 80s.
Shut up.
I swear.
What are Wolverine's claws made out of?
Adamantium.
Okay.
So I think there will be some kind of maybe mutant tie-in
That'd be
here.
cool, yeah.
We don't know how they're going to do mutants in the MCU yet, whether it's going to be an alternate universe or whether they get created in the timeline. We don't know what's going on, really. Have you heard about all this Kang coming back shit?
I heard
being
a rumor.
recasted and they're going to tie him off in a show or something?
I don't care anymore.
But do you care about like Avengers Doomsday and all that stuff, or do you not care at all? Because that starts filming in March.
I care about Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Because it seems
Fantastic Four!
Okay! Okay! Is this guy good or what?
That was kind of funny, the noise. His little clap.
Yeah. Okay! I care
Dinner
about...
every Monday and night. No exceptions.
7 p.m.
Johnny's Johnny. Hey!
I think Fantastic Four... It looks like they're taking like an isolated approach.
Yes.
Which is nice.
But it's crazy to me that's the last movie before... That movie has to end with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom in their universe going to 616 universe.
Yes.
And I can see the trailer in Doomsday where Spider-Man's talking to Mr. Fantastic and he's like, and who are you? He's like, they call me Mr. Fantastic. He's like, I thought our universe's names were a bit out there.
I'm pretty sure they use that in like Infinity War.
Yeah, we're using it to the next level. Exactly. Oh, now we're really using our made-up names.
Winks to the camera.
That trailer shot of like, the new Avengers essentially will be interesting. But that stuff still kind of gets a little something stirring in me. The idea of the Avengers and the Fantastic Four all working together. Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom.
Yeah, it's a cool concept.
That's tantalizing, and we're getting there really quickly. And it's surprising to me the movies haven't even started like tilting their compass dials towards a bigger plot or, the shared universe thing actually becoming a thing again.
I think we're just totally gonna retcon, what was it, Phase 4 or Phase 5 or whatever it was.
Yeah. This really felt like the one that was going to start being good again. But I guess not.
After this one.
Thunderbolts, does that look good?
It looks okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks interesting.
Okay.
I think Thunderbolts, actually, you have two incredible actors in Sebastian Stan and Florence
You're
Pugh.
loving Sebastian Stan, right? At the moment?
I do, yeah. I mean, I watched him in The Apprentice. He was good.
Yeah,
and then he won the Golden Globe for some other movie with he plays like a guy with like gigantism or something.
A Different
like
Man?
Yeah.
Joyce actually watched that on the plane.
Oh, nice. And yeah, Florence Pugh, obviously.
Yeah, she's great.
Incredible. So
David Harbour.
Yep.
Is fun.
He's fun. I think that movie's got potential just because of the cast.
Yeah.
But then you look at this movie, like, we talked about Anthony Mackie, like, he's not really a great actor.
Yeah.
It feels like, I don't know, like, it feels like they just kind of gave him this movie.
The movie feels a bit more obligatory than it does the natural direction that it should go. Like, it feels like they've stuck to it, which I like. He got the shield in Endgame. They did the show where he like officially got the title. Yeah. And now they've followed through with the movie. So I'll give them a little bit of credit for like, because so many times they start these plot threads and they don't go anywhere. So they actually have seen this one through for better or worse.
They were going to make a this movie came about because they were going to do that War Machine show or something like that.
Armor Wars.
That got canned.
I think it's still coming. There's little preview. I think it's a movie now.
That's what it was. Yeah, they were going to
Yeah.
make Armor Wars a show, but then they just turned it into a movie.
Yeah, and it doesn't look good. There's Agatha All
Just, like-
Along. That was in there as well. And
Apparently, that's a good show.
I heard it wasn't that good.
It won a Globe, dude.
I got a few more predictions here. I'm gonna go for Steve Rogers cameo.
Okay, sure.
As old man Steve, you gotta just make your decision. Like a little inspirational scene.
Maybe at his funeral.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy. I feel like
Steve Rogers just passed away.
yeah, even everyone just takes a moment out of the plot. To...
Everyone looks at the camera.
yeah,
It's another funeral scene.
yeah, I actually did put here post credit scene only teases Thunderbolts. A decent scene. Oh yeah, addressing he doesn't have the serum.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
As you're going through those, is Red Hulk like a weaponized agent, or is he just like something born out of chaos?
I think he is played by the leader. I think he basically
Like the leader is the puppeteer.
yeah. In order for him to he's obviously always been like power and control driven, and I think he gets manipulated into having to take it.
How many Red Hulk scenes?
Just one. Third act. Big. I think it's a decent fight.
You think he's our big bad?
He's the big action scene fight. I don't know. It's it is hard to predict how it all ties together.
Could get like another kind of gamma radiated monster.
Yeah.
Like an original
and
or
how does
something.
he get taken out? Obviously, this new suit has like Wakandan tech.
Yeah.
So do you think we get an actual scene in Wakanda?
No.
Or do you think it's just the obligatory someone shows up? You get the little
Shuri.
all of the stars.
So Red Hulk famously, as he gets angrier, he gets hotter, so he can overheat.
Okay, that's fun.
And then Green Hulk, as he gets angrier, he gets stronger.
Right. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Obviously, every time I see this trailer in a theater, Red Hulk does not get well received.
Everyone's like,
There's a Red Hulk? That's gonna happen, isn't it?
I know someone who can help with that suit. Fuck. Dude, that exact scene is in fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I can't fight a Red Hulk. I'm gonna need something better. We'd have to absorb an incredible amount of energy.
I need a new shield.
I think we get a decently gruesome face melt Harrison Ford death. I'm gonna go with that.
Oh, because he
Like,
overheats.
He gets overloaded. Yeah, exactly. How does he? Yeah, exactly. Then he's like left all shriveled and kind of burned and like naked, but you don't see him naked. Obviously, you
Yeah.
just kind of see him all shriveled up. And I think that's like one weirdly good shot in the movie.
Have you been following Harrison Ford on his press tour for this movie?
He's just fucking around.
Yeah,
He's
he
playing
actually
us.
seems like he's having a
Yeah.
decent time. Someone asked him a question about like, was it difficult to play yourself then also play the Red Hulk? Like, how do you separate that? He just goes, they pay me a lot of money. let me let you in on a little secret. And it's just like, yeah, fuck it.
I saw the one where they're like, "Oh, did you like talk to Mark Ruffalo at all about like how to play the Hulk?" And he's like, "No." I hope he's not upset with me or something.
It's so funny.
But yeah, let's see where this kind of ends. Where, in terms of prediction, where do you think the status quo? Because obviously the plot of the film is initially Ross wants him to rebuild the Avengers. Do you think that is kind of Captain America's MO by the end of the movie? That's where it's maybe set up.
Yeah, maybe at the end of the movie, he's like got like he's like either on a computer or like a physical board. He's got like pictures.
That'd be cool.
So he's
I
got
would like
Spider-Man,
that.
a picture of Tom Holland, like just pictures.
But he doesn't. Yeah, but he obviously, because of what happened, he's like, maybe that's his thing. I don't know who Spider-Man is.
Oh yeah, it's just a picture of Spider-Man with a mask.
Yeah, and a big question mark. And then you got Shang-Chi on the board.
Yeah.
Who else is on the board? Is Daredevil on the board?
No, you got Brie Larson on the board for
Oh
sure.
no. Is She-Hulk on the board?
I don't know.
Maybe a Moon Knight, just a quick as he's like flicking through.
Yeah, okay. You got
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man. What's it gonna be? Ant-Man.
You got Thor, I guess.
Thor, yeah, Off-World.
Yeah.
Who else is still
Moon Knight
around?
as he's flicking
Doctor
through.
Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
obviously.
Doctor Strange for sure.
Doctor Strange cameo?
No.
Sam. So you're the new
Fuck.
Cap.
I was just about to do that.
Yeah.
So you got the shield.
I think Spider-Man's on the board. Do we have Spider-Man cameo? Oh hey.
No.
Oh hey. So who's gonna lead this team?
So dumb.
Yeah. Flicking through little Moon
Like
Knight.
a little Moon Knight.
Okay.
But it's like all three versions of him.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do this segment. That's stupid. I did want to talk briefly about Fantastic Four just one more time, if I may.
Okay.
Do you think so? Okay, so in terms of the plot of the film, we're not going to get any setup for what's next until the end of Fantastic Four, essentially. So you think this is a completely standalone film?
You're talking about the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because like, what makes a good villain is like humanizing them in an earlier film before making them the big bad. Like I think they did a good job with Loki with that.
Yeah, to explain their motivation.
Exactly. So it'd be interesting to have Doctor Doom in this film, but
that'd be cool.
It'd be weird to just introduce him in Doomsday, right?
Yeah, the only way that it makes sense is for him all of a sudden to just like pop up, and it's like his emergence that just makes the Avengers have to get back together. But you'd think there would be some kind of plot device on the Avengers side driving them towards
maybe Fantastic Four has to team up because Doctor Doom is famously like Reed's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
They team up
He's trying to save
defeat
the multiverse.
Galactus.
At the end of that movie, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, and then he like gets some sort of like external power.
Yeah, and I think he realizes he has to. Their universe is dying.
Or maybe Doctor Doom already exists. Like they're like, oh, don't go to Latveria.
Yeah, because like obviously those characters are older versions of the characters,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like they must have a pre-existing relationship with Doctor Doom already.
Yeah.
And why does he look like Robert Downey Jr.? Basically, what I'm saying is we don't need to think about any of that stuff right now because this movie's not going to touch on it at all.
Oh, you're talking about this movie?
Yeah. Now
like, you're talking about Fantastic Four. Or you're talking about Captain America?
I'm talking back about Captain
America is not going to talk about shit about the multiverse. All right, this movie is just is a one and
it's
done.
It's a multiverse saga.
It's a one and done. It's not going to set up anything except maybe the Thunderbolts.
Except the Thunderbolts. All right. And that's where we're at. It's a shame that we're not guessing and trying to theorize on how it's all going to come together like we used to.
This movie just feels more like a chore, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad it's like a rainy day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing anything else, but like I'm a little upset that I had spent money on this film.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's hope it's better than that.
Yeah.
Let's really hope it's better than that. We got to go check out this movie. We're going to go in. I like to ask you this most of the time. In what world do you come out of this realistically and you're like happy?
Well shot, choreographed action scenes.
So you're really not looking for,
or you don't know, a guessing game as well,
a twist of some sort.
A twist where it's like I love to play along with a mystery of the movie.
Yeah.
Like my example I always give is National Treasure. It's like
right.
I'm there with Nick Cage. I'm guessing along. Like, oh man, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta do this puzzle. Oh, and then it ties into this. Like the audience loves to feel smart and trying to like theorize what's gonna happen.
And on top of that, I would love some good humanization of the character, of like really understanding like the pressure of taking on that mantle and the weight of the shield, so to speak, figuratively. Actually get into that a little bit, and the fact that he doesn't have the serum. I think that's like where the interesting plot is for me. Okay, it's not just in big grandiose things and never touching on powers and any of that stuff. Like that to me is boring. Like that's what was good about the original Avengers movie, is like all of their curses, so to speak, and the way Loki makes them all fight amongst each other for all their flaws. Like that was good stuff. Like it was good writing that used the silliness of the characters in a really clever way. That's what Infinity War did. So like do that with this, but the fact that he's like the most human would be great. Do that, please.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's something that people have maybe missed over. And over time, in a perfect world, people are like, you know what, Captain America Act 4 actually wasn't that bad.
They actually did a really good human take.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. Not bad.
Right on. All right. Well, we'll see you very shortly.
Yeah, we'll see you back here in 3,
2,
1.
You ever wonder who talks first?
We're both from the same world.
I was actually totally wrong. I thought that was Gus's voice the entire time.
Oh, nice little misdirection.
Yeah, it was pretty clever how they did that in the trailer.
I guess they didn't reveal the leader at all in the trailer.
No.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back from Captain America, Brave New
Safe
World.
New World.
Safe New Film is what I was going to call it.
Nice. All right, well, let's start with the agenda here. Just initial thoughts. Initial impressions is the name of the segment. Initial impressions.
Everyone used to sing segments. All right.
Yeah.
I have bland, safe, not overtly terrible.
Yeah.
Felt like focus group the movie.
Yeah.
Probably
Brave New focus group.
Yeah, exactly. Probably forget about it, honestly, like tomorrow.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was my jet lag or if I was like really bored. But I that's what I was going to say. I felt tired, like I could have fallen asleep. But I think you hit on a point. Like, it wasn't too bad.
No, there's actually moments like, I think just as they were getting to that little secret lab, I was like,
yeah.
I'm like pretty interested.
Like, some of the things were fine. Like, the plot was moving along kind of nicely.
Yeah.
It's better. I can say right off the bat, it's better than the last couple. Like, aside from Deadpool and Wolverine, which was better than this. Mm-hmm. It's better than, like, the Marvels and Immortals, or what the fuck was it called? Eternals. And certainly better than Quantumania.
Yeah,
Which isn't, it's not saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying a lot, is it, Sam?
Okay, what's next on the agenda?
Yeah. I think we're not done with initial impressions yet.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so my initial impressions are plot kind of paper thin and not as deep and layered as it was kind of pretending it was being. Mm-hmm. Like, it was trying to be, like you were saying, the guessing game, keeping you guessing, like almost like the Bourne Captain America hybrid movie.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it was like, we've got a smart character who is turning the president into the Hulk to...
Yeah.
And
what a weird, what a strange end game that was.
It was because, I
just want to show the world.
He went Dane DeHaan. You did something to me. Now I'll do something to you.
I just want to show the world that you're still
an animal. You made me an animal or monster.
Yeah, so you still have anger issues. It's like, all right.
Yeah. So the plot's pretty paper thin. It's not that deep. But the movie's kind of relying on being this like really layered political thriller, which I like watching. The scenes are good to watch, but there's no moment where you're like, oh, I see how it all fits together now. That's actually really clever. Like, that moment never comes because there's no moment to come.
Yeah.
So overall, like, I think it fails to be...
It took a swing, and it didn't hit, but it still took the swing.
It took the swing, and it felt at least more cohesive than the last couple. I liked Anthony Mackie's performance a little bit more than I was expecting.
Yeah, I thought he was good. I thought Harrison Ford was great.
Yeah. Weirdly good.
Yeah.
Especially when he was like starting to get angrier. Like, he gave more repressive Hulk than I think Mark Ruffalo ever has. Like, it was more back to like classic what we think of as the Hulk. Like, we haven't really seen that since like Avengers 1 when he like doesn't want to turn into the Hulk. We kind of left that a while ago. Yeah. But that felt very like primal, very animalistic. He's having fun in the role. He fully committed, like when he's getting angry and frustrated, and he was like really shouting.
Like, I think in Indy you see a phone-in performance. Would you say?
It's just there's not that much range.
Yeah, he's kind of done with that character. I think he was definitely having a lot of fun, and yeah, it definitely stood out.
It played into his strengths of that like gruffness.
Grumpy old man.
Yeah, like we haven't really seen him go for it like that in a while.
Yeah, although I must say I'm a little disappointed that we get a shot of him on Air Force One. And he doesn't say, like, get off my plane. Yeah. Come on, throw that in there.
To that. I couldn't figure out as well, like, with the Bucky cameo. I think you did. I don't know if you went to the bathroom or if
I caught the second half of it.
Okay. Because, like, it seemed... Because now he's, like, going into... like, his character's also
congressman
going to politics.
Or something.
And I was like, is this, like, a weird Apprentice reference? Like, what's going on right now? But, yeah, that was kind of the big moment. We got the Bucky cameo.
You got the green screen Liv Tyler in there.
You got the green screen Botox Liv Tyler. Lips overlapping her chin.
D8. So mean.
It's true. But yeah, the movie doesn't have a whole lot to offer, but what it offers is done well. The fight scenes were pretty good. Some creative kicks, some cool choreography. I liked the suit. There was no... That was already
There's a couple of references, but...
Yeah, and it was touched on very lightly.
I don't like... And this isn't a fault of the movie. I think it's just of the character. Like, I've never really liked the Falcon. I don't like his suit.
The new Falcon did not do it for me. Can I just say that?
B-Tech John Barenthal?
Yeah. Just really bad, quippy one-liners.
Yeah. I need to bring snacks.
And then, of course, he's the one who gets injured, but none of that felt like it had any real meat or substance to it. I think it would have been really cool if he like actually died, like halfway through. Like they set him up as like, oh, he's gonna be your newest sidekick, and then he realizes like, fuck, like this is real.
Yeah,
but obviously Marvel's never gonna do that.
No.
The only time they've ever done that is Quicksilver, and even
and
that
you didn't
really
see
work.
that
You
coming?
didn't see that coming.
And they kind of brought him back as Evan Peters.
I
later.
know.
They really tried to copy the Winter Soldier, Cap, Falcon, Widow, kind of the trio vibe.
Yes.
And like what we got was Anthony Mackie was good, but then the B-Tech Black Widow and the B-Tech Falcon were like, there's no charisma, no chemistry.
Nothing original about their characters.
And can I just say, she was like distractingly tiny.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
She's like I looked up, she's like 5'1" or something.
I think that makes sense for the characters because they're all like ballerinas, or a lot of them are.
Oh man, I was just like, it took me out.
I actually thought she was quite good. I liked her more than New Falcon. Definitely, he just felt like a ChatGPT character. Like all of his one-liners were just like, I want to get a shot at this. You might get to meet Ant-Man. Like, they did the Ant-Man thing twice. It was like, yeah. So there's just a lot of things like that like leave a lot to be desired. But at the end of the day, I don't think this is a bad movie. I think it's a mediocre
It's
movie.
okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not a rush to theaters. It's a toss on streaming. It's not a skip though.
Yeah, like I think there'll be very few people that watch that and be like, "Oh, like that was fucking garbage." I think it's a serviceable movie.
Very middle of the road. Like I said, it's very safe. Focus group. Captain America, a brave new focus group.
Quite small scale in terms of just like
the
locations and the set pieces. It's a little bit more grounded. I like the locations though. I thought like all the air stuff
that was cool.
Fighting around the Celestial. Like I thought the CGI looked quite good actually, surprisingly. I've heard a lot of people kind of shitting on the CGI of this movie. I didn't find the reshoot scenes. I actually wasn't finding them easy to spot.
Oh, really? Dude, this movie...
Maybe it's because I was a little dozy. But
it just like reeked of reshoots. There's so many close-ups, so much ADR like behind the back. And there's like it often felt like nobody was on set together. That's what I got. Actually, I think like nobody was in the same room. I was like, oh, this is
I think they caught me on a really dopey day where I wasn't really...
you're a fucking hawk for that, dude.
I know. I was like, oh, I guess they did pull this movie together.
No, dude. Like the scene with like he meets up with Giancarlo Esposito again, like in that weird prison.
That was like really strange. They're just walking together.
Yeah, they're just like stepped aside, but you can see that like the way it's framed is like no one else is around.
Yeah. That glossy backdrop.
Yeah,
just, like,
exactly.
a slightly out of focus column or something. Yeah. That's actually very true. It didn't feel very filmic in that way. You could see like the original scenes where I feel like the ones where they shot and lit really well were like, work with me, Sam. Like that was obviously always
that
part
whole
of the
sequence
movie.
was pretty good.
Yeah. And it was
yeah.
Like all the scenes where it was just them conferring together and when they were having that big argument back and forth, that was good.
Yep.
Like I feel like we could have used even more of that. Like just build the whole movie around Ross and Wilson's relationship.
Yeah.
Because there was some good
tension there. The headbutting there.
Some good bubbling. And whenever kind of Cap goes off and does his own thing and just like infiltrates an area and there's some fighting, it's just
like you've seen it. You've seen it before.
Yeah, you have seen it before.
And it's my bias to like I don't like his power set. I don't like his suit.
His power set.
Like what's the drone called again? Like Red
Wing.
Red Wing.
There's a lot of Red Wing in this.
A lot of Red Wing.
Yeah.
And like just like the spin kicks.
Too many spin
kicks. The
jetpack.
Catching the punch, but then using the jetpack to like offset it. And like I don't know. It's just not my favorite, but it was well done. It looked clean. It was interesting. I will say.
I thought him getting kind of pummeled and like beat up by Red Hulk was kind of cool. Like I was feeling a bit worried for him in those scenes.
Before we touch on Red Hulk, I actually really liked, probably the highlight of the film for me was the Isaiah Bradley plot. It felt very human, very relevant, and like
he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I liked him.
The scene where they're like, he's like, I'm not going back to prison. I was like, oh fuck, like you felt that,
and that sadness of like him being like an older
exactly,
vet,
and he's been like kind of fucked over.
Sam Wilson really wants to take care of him and like feels a lot of responsibility to help him out.
Yeah, I probably would have made that, if they could make that more of a main plot.
More of like the death row storyline. Because they bring it up really briefly where it's like, oh, he's potentially sentenced to death. Like maybe seeing more of that trial. Yeah. And making that more of like what the movie, him really trying to get him exonerated.
Yeah, dude.
would have been better.
There was something there for sure.
Yeah, maybe that was probably lost in the reshoots.
Yeah, it's true.
Because of that, yeah,
Yeah,
it seemed like the movie.
Isaiah, we're gonna push you aside
Yeah.
for Red Hulk. Let's get to Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Just quickly here, I guess before I shit on it, I'm gonna say it was one of the best Hulk scenes I've seen.
Yeah.
Come to screen. The jumping, I love the homage to the Hulk jump. I love that there was a thunderclap and like
Yeah, thunderclap was sick.
Yeah.
That was one of the best shots in the entire movie, actually.
and like him, I guess hulking out was like done really well. Good destruction, and it was nice to like have him in a populated area, and then it made sense for him to go to like a less populated area. You know, got to save the budget, but also like
Yeah, never seen that before. Age of Ultron. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
yeah. But that was
That
more
was such a better scene, though.
But that was more like Iron Man centric. This was like true like brutish Hulk. I don't know.
Unhinged Hulk.
Yeah, remind me a lot of like the Hulk video game
Yes.
of who directed the OG Hulk? Is it John Woo?
Brett Lannister or something. No, Lou Leterrier, the guy who did Now You See Me.
No, that was Ed Norton's.
Yeah, that's what
I'm talking about Eric Bana.
Oh, Ang Lee.
Ang Lee, that's
Yeah.
what it was, yeah.
Right.
With like this crazy powerful, he's like
Spinning tanks around.
yeah,
and
exactly.
stuff.
But you kind of got that though.
It was like I don't know if you ever played Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction, like the PS2 game. It was like kind of open world, and you could just like level any building you wanted.
I think I have, yeah.
It kind of evoked that
Yeah,
Hulk.
which I quite liked.
Let's talk about the leader.
Okay.
Because I would say that was like really where the movie fell down, because he was a very, dare I say, Secret Invasion Marvel TV show feeling.
He felt very
villain.
very Zemo to me.
Yeah, very Zemo, but like not with any of the like actual interesting backstory. Like the Zemo thing, you kind of understood his motivation,
Mm-hmm.
whereas this one, like he just felt like a very much a plot convenience of this character that's been shelved for like 18 years, and all of a sudden he's like out of nowhere, he's just free walking around, and he looked really campy, and I just don't think that villain was a good fit for this type of film. I would have preferred like a Taskmaster or like a more grounded villain.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas you never really saw, like, he was supposed to be this like super intelligent.
Yeah, you never saw him like doing.
One of the first scenes he's in, he's like yelling because like his plan's like not working out.
Yeah,
And that kind of like irritated me.
his plan as a whole irritated me. Like his entire plan
It made no sense.
was just to get back
Just
at Ross, and it's like, dude, like
Yeah.
if you're this some sort of like gamma infused brain genius, like
Yeah.
give me something a bit bigger.
A few more plays with a few more
Yes.
chips to play.
Exactly, a couple more like even I'm thinking of Skyfall with Silva. Like give me a couple
Yeah,
couple
and like
moves
maybe
that,
maybe trying
right?
to publicly humiliate Captain America, or like paint him, instead of like, I could kill him, but I'd rather like bring down the image of Captain America and like slander him and frame him or something. There was, we've all seen like the James Bond or the Captain America gets framed and you're now against, but like I think this movie actually would have fit that really well.
Yeah,
And they didn't really do too much.
he didn't
of that.
feel like
When Ross just turned on him all of a sudden and he's like, "You're off. I'm actually mad at you now." Like that, it felt really like clunky.
like the leader, like he didn't really do anything. You know
No.
what I mean? Like he actually didn't need to be in the movie because the
I
pills were
actually
already
put
being
that-
taken, and like
was it necessary?
he's gonna turn into Red Hulk regardless.
Yeah, exactly. We never learn if the Gus character, I can never say his name, Giovanni
Giacarno. Apologies.
You never really, I'm sure it's like a character from the comics, but he never gets called by like a villain name that I
Sidewinder. And he
Sidewinder?
does. Yeah, Sidewinder, head of the Serpent Society.
Oh, okay.
But apparently they're like supposed to kind of dress like lizards, and I was reading some discourse online where it's like
that was bizarre to me. The
Just, like,
serpent thing never
dress
got.
them up as lizards and kind of have fun with it. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of fan service that probably goes a long way.
It's like, if you're gonna give us the leader, if that's the tone, then at least
Yeah.
yeah.
And instead of having these like nameless military guys, dress them all up as lizards.
Speaking of nameless military guys, can we talk about
that one fucking guy.
the fucking Andy Serkis, Gerard Butler mashup guy? Like,
When he had
got so many close-ups.
I know. He's like, I know a guy for this. I'm like, what?
he got like 2 or 3 of his own scenes where he was
Yeah.
like the only guy on screen.
So strange. And like the worst one was
He
the
looked like a
last
stunt
one.
double who's been really working hard for 20 years. So they're like, oh, let's give him a couple lines.
They're doing like an
Hold on, I'm getting a call.
Yeah, exactly. They're doing like a full on exercise. He just pulls out his phone. He's like, hey.
Yeah.
It's like that was
weird, reshoot
man.
all over. Fuck, you're right. All the reshoots are coming to
Yeah.
mind now. But yeah, overall, I found it quite watchable.
Mm-hmm.
Banter between principal characters in the limo at the beginning felt very flat, very night before.
Yeah. Very nice.
I thought Harrison Ford did a really good job. Leader felt too campy. Action sequences were fun. Happy enough with the touches on the serum. They did mention it a couple times, I think, when you're gone as well.
Yeah, well, Bucky told
He's
him
like,
that,
I wish I'd taken the serum. And he's like, no, like, it's good that you didn't, because now, like, you're the most, he's like, you're not the strongest of us, but you're, like, the most human.
Yeah, he said Steve gave people something to believe in, but you give people something to aspire to. Which is, like, pretty good line.
It was, but it's like, if you actually deep it,
it's a bit chat GPT.
Yeah. It doesn't really make any sense. It's literally the same thing. He was an inspiration, but...
Just want to go, circle back to Red Hulk real quick. I didn't like the cheap Martha kind of after school speech to end the encounter. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's
talk about his, if you think about it, I mean, we were ripping apart the Kraven Rhino scene for just, here's a weak spot in his like abdomen. This wasn't too far away from that.
But he hadn't won. Like, he was going to get up and die.
Yeah. But he was, all of a sudden, he just started to calm down a little bit. Even before Betty came. Because he like stabbed him with his good vibranium wing, and he was kind of hurt by that at least. And then he was just like, "You could kill me right now."
But he's like, "I know you. People do change.
You just want to change." You just kind of give him a Captain America speech.
It's fucking like, come on.
Yeah, but it's a hard character to like write a conclusion to, because like in theory, the character's supposed to be so strong. So there's no, if it's just Captain America and he's not getting any help,
exactly.
There's only so many ways you can write
100%,
other than him having to just like calm down.
Yeah.
But like the getting hotter as he gets angrier thing, I would have liked that explored.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about the character.
Yeah,
and it hinted at it.
Yeah, because there was like some
sizzling.
You could see heat and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna use some like, we gotta overheat this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Like, why not go there?
Yeah, something, right?
Have him like on fire.
Not just the wing. It just gashes him in the stomach.
And like a supercharged vibranium wing. Like, yeah. I hate the vibranium aftershock. I don't know why they introduced it in Black Panther's suit, and they just fucking threw it in here. It's dumb.
Because it's the only thing that gives him that
ability a little bit of power, right? Yeah. I think one note here, I think it's very, very telling that this entire movie kind of hinges on an 11th hour Red Hulk reveal.
Yeah.
And I think it's very telling that the marketing for this movie from day one showed Red Hulk. They had no faith in this movie. They just want to get butts and seats. Like, from a storytelling aspect, imagine if we didn't know. Imagine if he's like, because I was going to die. And then you find out that these pills are inlaid with gamma radiation. You're like, oh shit. Like
if you never saw the Red Hulk,
if you never knew the Red Hulk was coming. But like, they didn't try and hide that because they knew that no one would see this movie without that.
It's an interesting theory.
It's not a theory. It's a proven fact, man.
Well, we'll never know what the
way the movie
I think people
plays
are going
out.
To this movie to see Captain America.
No, they don't. The way this movie plays out is that there's a big Red Hulk reveal. Definitely,
you're gonna see a big Red Hulk fight. Because I think
that's
the trailer
spoiled for you.
The teaser trailer did a good job of the only shot it showed was him throwing the shield into the ground, and I think that was fine. It's like, okay, at least we know that he's there. But you are right. As the trailers kept going, they kept showing more and more of him.
Yeah.
Which to me maybe does imply they were like, okay, we got to really just fucking...
We don't care about the storytelling aspect. We just need to get butts and seats.
And do you think Red Hulk is a big enough draw?
I think, yeah. I think
the novelty of it's cool. And the fact it's Harrison
Ford, and it kind of looks like him too, which is really funny.
Let's talk about the post-credit sequence.
Yeah,
it was only one this time around.
It was a nothing burger.
And it felt very Sony-verse, if I do say so myself, because it just cut to like him standing in the cell. Like there was no.
It looked like they were not on set together.
No chance. Because he's like been in the rift or whatever it's called,
the raft.
At least start the post-credit scene with him leaving Ross's thing and then getting called by the leader as he's leaving. It cut to him like mid-conversation. Just felt really much like, we got to get you down to Atlanta. Like get him in the studio, throw up the green screen.
Yeah.
No blocking, just shoot it.
And like,
what are you gonna do
when Tim Blake Nelson like? World? Yeah, he's like when people come for your world, and they cut to Anthony Mackie, and he like does this whole like, this like smolder curious face. And I was like, that is bad acting.
Yeah. I just like, what can he do with that?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
There's nothing for him to do.
Such a shit line. It sets up nothing. It sets up nothing.
It's like they don't know.
We already know everything. Like, what does this do for the audience? It doesn't make
people are obviously giving this a little bit more than it deserves, but the thumbnails that I've seen on all my like Marvel analysts YouTube channels are basically saying that he's talking about the X-Men.
How?
Because he's like, when the others. So instead of like him, like Doctor Doom, for example. So he's talking about multiple people, clearly.
I thought he was just talking about different universes.
And like with the adamantium, which did happen in the end.
Yeah, that's... Did you know? Did you look that up?
I didn't know for sure. No, I had no idea for sure. Like 2 months ago, I saw a video about the Celestial thing and what they could have. And it was like, it could be this, it could be this, like it could be adamantium, because that has happened in the comics before. So I had a pretty good idea. But did I have confirmation? Absolutely not.
The viewers are not going to like that one.
I've done my best to explain. But with that being said, it makes a little bit more sense maybe that he's talking about the X-Men. But
That's so vague, especially
so
if the
vague.
Marvels already gave us like Kelsey Grammer.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, you can't
you can't
show a character and then just go back to
dial it right back. Like, they might be coming.
they. Doesn't even say who. Yeah, that felt like a very uncreative, lazy DC Sonyverse. Like, they got to be doing better than that.
Okay, I got a question for you. You're at a friend's gathering, let's say, I don't know, Wednesday or something like that. And your friends are going, oh, like you saw a new Captain America movie. How was it?
I say, like, it was okay. I wouldn't go see it in theaters.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, unless you're like a Marvel, absolute diehard,
Yeah.
then sure. But the movie's doing well, which I'm always happy
it
to
actually?
see. Yeah, $200 million international opening.
I guess
88
it's got
in
the
North
name
America.
attached to it. So.
And I think they've picked this date very well. There's just, I think people are really starved. Like, there's nothing else out. And you just think about like all the theaters in malls, like all over the world. It's like, oh, should we see a movie? Like, oh, Captain America's out. Like,
Yeah.
It's just like you said, it's a known franchise, known brand.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford, Red Hulk. It's doing enough for the movie.
Yeah, fair enough. Probably not going to have much legs.
No, I think we'll be looking at like a 450.
Oh, I was going to say 500-600, but
Yeah,
okay.
5 somewhere around that.
Yeah.
Which I think they'll be happy with.
Definitely. Yeah.
I will say though, like seeing we got the 2 trailers back. We got a Superman trailer,
Yeah.
a Thunderbolts trailer,
And a Fantastic Four trailer.
Fantastic Four. Seeing them all on the big screen. Which
that.
one? You can only see one this year.
No, don't make me answer that.
I think you're gonna see Superman, aren't you?
I think I got to go Superman.
I can tell you're feeling that Superman trailer.
Yeah, like, I just think
It looks like it's got a lot more heart and sincerity than
there's
these Marvel
so much
movies.
pressure on that movie and that franchise, and I think James Gunn knows that, and I think he can deliver something really special and unique. I think unique is the key word.
Yeah, and he just seems to see an extra layer in like the movies that he's doing, and there's a bit more going on in his movies than most of the other movies. Like when you look at Guardians 3 even compared to this one.
Fuck, that's a good movie. I was like rewatching clips of that movie.
Since you've been gone. It's a really fucking good film.
Yeah, it's good.
And like the water action scene just blows anything in this movie away.
Yeah, it
like
truly
it's not
does.
even the same. They're not even playing the same sport.
No, yeah.
And like that really shows again. Like they keep going with these absolute fucking no-name directors. Like, do you know who directed this movie?
Some
Julius Ovo or something.
or something like that.
He hasn't directed a movie since like 2019, and that movie was. Sorry, I already forgot. I don't mean to like absolutely trash the guy, but
Yeah, what have you directed?
Preach 2011.
I think I got it up here.
Yeah, it was a very
Julius Ona
yeah.
directed some 2019 movie Luce. Oh, he directed the Cloverfield Paradox.
That's the one, the Cloverfield Paradox, which was distinctly average. Not 10 Cloverfield Lane. This is the Cloverfield Paradox. Like, that's not enough to get a big job like this.
Hold on, I want to go back to the 3 trailers. You got to pick one now that you got to watch.
I think that Fantastic Four trailer is heating up
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? It looked good.
It did look really good. It's got a new charm to it. The casting looks really, really spot on now. I'm fully in on this Johnny Storm casting now. It's crazy how they don't show Reed's powers.
Yeah.
They show everyone else's.
Yeah.
'Cause I think they're saving how sick it's going to look.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look good.
There's going to be no bouncy stringiness. It's going to be like rocket propulsion coming out of his arm.
Yeah, fuck.
That looks like an exciting film to me. And I'm excited to see Pedro, Downey Jr., all that mixing together. Tom Holland having to like reluctantly lead the Avengers while he's got the Black Symbiote storyline going on. Mr. Stark?
You're back in, buddy.
Yeah, I'm in on that little arc. But if they fuck up that arc, Marvel's done.
I think Thunderbolts looks good. Have you noticed in all the trailers, like Taskmaster's only in that one scene?
Yeah, he's gonna die or she's gonna die for sure.
It's kind of like, I thought she was a very cool villain.
I just think they're gonna kill her off really quickly.
Yeah.
Try to do like a Suicide Squad style thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I guess she's not coming.
Couldn't copy that one.
No, the next three, I would say will all, if you're including Superman, I think those three will all be better than this movie. Definitely, so that means we're only going up from here throughout the year as far as superhero films are concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the trajectory, if you want to get into the trajectory for the summer is looking good. I mean, we have Thunderbolts, which I'm sure will be...
That's May, right? That's the first one.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be okay, if not good. Kind of gives me Suicide Squad vibes.
Yeah. It looks like it's got a bit more heart than... And a bit more like genuine chemistry, maybe, than... There's not much chemistry in this movie, aside from like Mackie and Ford.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not like... They're not brimming with chemistry.
No.
It's like...
Then we have a 3-movie run of Jurassic World, Fantastic Four, and Superman.
And Fantastic Four and Superman are what, a week apart? Or 2 weeks apart?
I think Jurassic World and Superman are a week apart.
Jurassic World's going to make money. It always
does, yeah.
Superman could not make money if it's bad. Like, the movie has to be really good because... I just feel like this generation don't really care.
The younger generation, like, yeah.
They need to be reintroduced to the character.
Definitely. The older generation, like, grew up on Superman.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, definitely.
People are excited about crypto and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got crypto! But yeah, I know you don't do ratings, but I think we know this movie's kind of sitting in that sort of very much mid-tier, another entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that won't really be, like, remembered all that much. It's sort of like an Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah. Do you think it will, like, you know... 2-3 years from now, people kind of turn on this movie and talk about how shit it was?
I think you'll get fans of this movie. Like, I think there'll be people who watch this movie like 3 or 4 times just because like they enjoy Marvel movies and the spectacle of it.
How did the shield keep bouncing back to him?
Yeah, because they answer in Age of Ultron. He had like it was like a device,
a magnet thing.
Yeah, magnetized it back.
Maybe he had that too.
It looks to me like he just mastered the art of it because it had the scene where he's like, no serum, no wings, and he was like still getting the flags from him. So I guess he just trained.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever. At least they addressed it, right?
Yeah. Do you see Anthony Mackie being able to now kind of like, because obviously, okay, let's talk about one more thing. So he did say at the end, he's like, now I do kind of agree the world needs the Avengers. Do you see his character as kind of like the leader of the team moving forward, or how do you see that dynamic working? Is it Spider-Man who's kind of the leader?
I think, like who is the leader, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Black Panther. It was supposed to be Chadwick.
He can never be like the leader of the Avengers.
I think he would, yeah.
So?
Him and his character for sure. And then, like, like Spider-Man, they still try and play him up as like a boy. So,
but I think now it's his darker arc where he's like, I'm not pulling back my punches. And he's just like living a Spider-Man 24/7.
Quoting Spider-Man 3.
No, it's No Way Home.
Oh, is it?
I stopped pulling my punches. It's Andrew Garfield.
Oh.
The one mention of what happened to him afterwards. I wanted more.
I could see like Doctor Strange.
Who's the initiator?
Like, I think it's gonna be Anthony Mackie, but like I still see him as the Falcon.
Yeah.
Does that say a lot about me and my internalized bias? I don't know.
On the poster for Doomsday, obviously Downey Jr. is the big face in the background.
You know, he's in the middle and all the
hairs are around everyone's around.
All the floating heads around him.
There's a bunch below doing like action things. And then I think it's actually his face in like a side profile.
Yeah.
As like a moon, like half a planet and half his face with like the green hood.
Yeah.
And then who's the next biggest on the poster?
Probably Spider-Man.
Captain America's in the bottom, right?
With his wings. They got Red Wing in there too.
Shang-Chi's got a little corner.
I want to see more Shang-Chi. Like, that. Looking back, that movie's fucking good.
I have only seen it once to this day.
I was rewatching the bus fight scene. It's good, dude.
That one I'm actually really considering doing a rewatch very soon.
Like the way they handled the rings as powers was like cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do think that will tie in because I remember way back that was the post-credit scene of like they were sending a signal out to someone. They're probably going to retcon that to be Doctor Doom. Maybe that's his entranceway. He needs the rings. That's like the first thing he needs.
Okay, and he gets them.
Yeah, he
kills
can't.
Shang-Chi.
Kills Wong.
No.
But yeah, I think Doctor Strange is on the poster as well, pretty big with his two little
Yeah, a couple sling rings.
Deadpool doing this, just blushing in the background. Is Thor in it? There's so many fucking characters.
The Guardians are gone, right?
They're not in the next Avengers now,
Yeah.
but I think they'll have Thor. Is Wolverine coming back, or is that just a one-time thing?
Oh God, I don't know, man. That'd be sick though.
Yeah.
So fucking sick.
He's back. He's back.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you got to bring him in.
Is Mark Ruffalo coming
Is
back?
Toby around?
All right, settle down.
Mark Ruffalo. There's so many fucking characters. Ant-Man, is he still in there?
Done with Ant-Man.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope Mackie hangs in there because he's not the best character in this crop.
I feel like he's just like kind of been done dirty. Like he's been in 3 movies,
Even more than that.
three Cap movies,
Yeah.
including this one, and like he just still feels like a side character.
Yeah,
man.
even in his own movie, he feels like a side character.
Yeah.
That's a really good way of putting it. It's like in Infinity War, for example, he had nothing to do. Just that one shot, shooting his little guns at Thanos. That's like his only shot in the entire movie.
He got the big line in Endgame though. On your left.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's cool as fuck.
It was. Back when this was fucking good. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what they do with him. I'm sure he'll have a big role kind of next to Spider-Man in the forthcoming movies.
Yeah,
but
the way it's set up, definitely. Yeah.
this kind of builds up a little bit of steam for the MCU moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
Felt
Thunderbolts
like a nice clean slate, kind of gets you away from
kind of cleanse the palette a
the
little
CGI
bit.
schlock fest that was
Yeah, the weird multiverse
Ant-Man
movies, Eternals.
and Thor and stuff like that. Love and Thunder. Like we're just kind of like, okay, here's a grounded film.
Yes.
Where the antagonist is just trying to turn the president into Red Hulk.
Yeah, wind it down
Just
a
to
little
ruin
bit.
his reputation.
And that
It's
is
like, sure.
true. I think the movie deserves they deserve a little bit of props and credit for that, for just like having the wherewithal to kind of like dial it back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this was kind of what we needed, just a more run-of-the-mill.
Yeah, it's like a safe entry point.
Yeah, and then we can get a bit more kooky with Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
And then Fantastic Four, we can kind of go big again.
Yeah.
And then Doomsday, bring it home.
Yeah. All right.
And then Infinity War.
All right. Settle down.
Or sorry, yeah.
Secret Wars.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we're back in business. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. If you've listened this far, thanks again for listening to another episode.
I've been Antony.
And I've been Antony.